So, here we have it. Game number 1. It is just a best of 1. So, it's an early round of Go for SC2 Thursday. A little bit of Zerg versus Protoss, and it's a GM versus a Masters player. Spawning up in the top left-hand position, representing Cascade, it is Adonminus. And his opponent, to the top right, the green Zerg. Representing DEVT, it is Walle. I'm not sure what that stands for. Can I make out their little logo? Let's look at this. Dardum Eve. I guess. Anyway. Habitation Station. It's a fun map. Are we going to be getting some funky stuff going on? Looks like just a drone going to be coming out to scout early on. No gold bases or anything like that yet. Meanwhile, Adonminus, he's happy, just going to be going for a gateway expand at the moment, so very normal build. Do see some Zerg players greedily try and take a gold base first. That's especially prevalent if you see a pylon block or something like that at the natural. It is quite risky to do though, quite easy to take that base out on the Protoss side. But just a quick scout out confirms that it is going to be a gateway expand, and then really all that Walle wants to find out is how many gases are there going to be, when are those gases coming down, because that allows him to work out, is this going to be a tech opening, should I be expecting a Stargate, which is quite good on this map, a big gateway play with a lot of zealots, when's your expansion taken, those sort of things are the big tells, and to be honest, scouting really is the most important thing in StarCraft 2 as far as I'm concerned. As long as you know what your opponent's doing, you can prepare for it appropriately, and having the correct response is probably the best thing going. Walle, he's going quite brave here. He did actually go for that hatch before the pull, so it was a hatchery first at the gold base. So this means he's going for a very economic build. As I said though, it's a little bit risky. It's a lot harder to hold. Reinforcements take a substantially large amount of time to get over here. Force fields on this ramp, they can be a right pain. So certainly something you've got to be watching out for and got to be very much aware of, and that's why this Overlord is pretty critical. Allows you to see everything that could be going on and just basically let you know if there's any big pushes or anything coming. Probe now coming out for Adonminus. Looks like he's in the store for a nice little bit of gold base action here as well. Should be planning down that Nexus as he hits those 400 minerals, and so this is going to be a very interestingly timed game. And it gives me a good chance to talk a bit about gold bases for those who don't know. Obviously you get more minerals per minute at the gold base, but one thing that is really useful about it is that it's got 2 less mineral patches. That means you need 4 less workers to saturate it, and therefore on a Zerg side you obviously get a better income with less lava, which means you can hit some timings a lot earlier. And it's the same on the Protoss side as well. Considering Adonminus only for now has the single gas, I wouldn't be in the slightest surprise to see a fair few zealots be coming out now. He's going to be able to do that. He's going to be able to afford that. Mothership Core attempting to get a little bit of damage done now. Queen though pops out just in the nick of time. Not going to be able to get a single drone kill yet. And the Mothership Core just backs on out. Tries to get to safety and everything playing nice and safe here. Meanwhile, if we take a look over at Adonminus' base, Walle's just getting the full scout down. Hasn't yet seen the gold, so this is something that he's going to be wanting to find out, but should suspect it's there due to the Overlord of the Natural just flying on by and seeing that there's no base there. So this is all looking pretty good at the moment on both sides, neither getting too aggressive, though I suspect Adonminus is going to be the one looking for a lot more. And oh my goodness, that was awesome! I don't think I've ever seen someone do that before. He used mass recall to bring a whole ton of probes over from his main base to his gold. That was, oh wow, that's actually really cool. Really cool. Saves transferring them. Meanwhile, a couple of links coming out. We've also got a spine caller on its way now for Walle. He's aware that there could be a lot of zealots coming fairly soon. He's frantically searching around for anywhere there could be a proxy pylon or warp in position, but Robo-Bait gets thrown down right underneath that Overlord, so there's absolutely no chance that this is going to come as a surprise to Walle. He's going to see that. It's literally right underneath him. Second assimilator now for Adonminus as well. He's sitting on these 4 gates. He's got a decent amount of gateway production. And he's already been pumping out a good amount. These force fields are going to stop some of these speedlings, but note there's a lot more on the way. Plus that Road Warren, this is a Zerg player who wants to deal a lot of damage. The Zealots will have traded very cost effectively there, regardless of how many lings there were. Zealots are just always going to trade nice. Add in the complete wall off at the main base, and now the complete wall off at the gold. And actually, Adonminus, he's in a pretty safe spot. Going to be able to take off a lot of these speedlings. The Zealots backed up against the wall, minimizing their surface area as far as they can. The Mothership Core as well, getting in there, just getting some more damage down. They will all go down, but a lot of speedlings have been traded to be able to do this. Immortal now coming through. A Zealot is going to just complete this wall off at the gold as the speedlings move on up, trying to get some more damage through. Quick warp in of another Zealot, going to get some more damage down. The important thing is that these lings do not breach into the gold base. Adonminus has to hold here, and he does hold. He's trading very cost effectively at the moment. Still losing a decent amount. If we actually look at the overall resources lost, we can see that it's the 2 sentries that have really knocked things up in terms of the big numbers going down on the Protoss side. The Immortal now out though, we've got a second one on its way. No sign of any roaches as of yet from Wally, but he has just started up his lair and a third base. So in a pretty interesting spot, but I'd still really put this over on Adonminus' side. He's got more probes, he has traded pretty cost effectively, he's lost less resources, but he's got to be careful not to move out and lose any important expensive units as this game kind of progresses. The sentries, they cost a lot of gas. It's really the one thing Adonminus doesn't have a plentiful supply of. And if he loses those sentries, as he has already lost 2, it means that this likely Immortal sentry push isn't going to do as much damage as it otherwise could. Mothership Core again just edging forward. This Mothership Core being quite the killer. 10 kills on it so far this game. We're just really waiting to see what's going to come through. Notice how Wally is having to pump nothing but units at the moment. Knows that a push is gonna be coming. Could use a proxy pylon there as well, just to, or an in-base pylon to warp into the low ground. But regardless of that, there's so many units being forced, the drone count is staying very low. Adonminus doesn't even need to trade cost effectively here. He's just got to try and work down this arsenal. Sentry's in a good spot. Force fields now starting to come through. There's only a lot of roaches on the high ground. Gonna start racking up a couple of sentry kills. The 3 Immortals though, they're dishing out a hell of a lot of damage. Take down that spine crawler and now advance up towards the gold base. Only 3 roaches to defend there at the moment. We've got drones getting pulled. More roaches also in production, but they're not popping anywhere near this third. They're coming in the lane, and that is just such a long way to get back in order to try and defend this. The Immortals still stand. They take down the Queen. A lot of drones are being killed. Adonminus over double the worker count, still reinforcing, and takes down that gold base. He's in a very good spot as it stands. He's got a lot of energy on this Mothership Core, nearly enough for another spellcast, but I don't think he's going to be needing that. While there are a handful of roaches and now a few hydras being produced from Wally, this Protoss army is looking very intimidating. It's double the army supply of Wally, and it's advancing. Moving up the ramp towards the natural base. There's not enough income to support this on the Zerg side. The Immortal's not even getting in on this fight at the start. Well played comes through, and Adonminus is going to take this game and advance on into the round of 32.